Coming up, Senator Katie Britt to give soda response.
Comedian Richard Lewis dead at 76.
Caitlin Clark breaks another basketball record.
Plus weather, entertainment, and sports. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. I'm Sylvia Mania.
And I'm Alina Landetta.
Senator Katie Britt of Alabama will deliver the Republican response to President Biden's State of the Union address next week. House Speaker Mike Johnson and Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell made the announcement Thursday. Britt made history when she was sworn into office last year. She is Alabama's first elected female senator, and at 42 years old, she is also the youngest Republican woman ever elected to the Senate. In a statement, Senator Britt says she is honored and grateful for the opportunity to, quote, have a candid conversation about the future of our nation. The State of the Union address will take place on March 7th.
The number of deaths from excessive alcohol use spiked during the COVID-19 pandemic. That's according to a new report from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention published Thursday. The researchers found that there were an average of 488 deaths per day due to excessive drinking. The increase in deaths related to excessive alcohol use seemed to hit all ages. And although there are more alcohol-related deaths among men, the increase was even larger for women. The CDC looked at deaths related directly to excessive drinking like alcohol poisoning, crashes, and falls, and indirectly like cancer, heart disease, and stroke. The new report points to more permissive policies that allowed alcohol deliveries and carry-out drinks during the pandemic. That's in addition to stress, loneliness, social isolation, and mental health issues.
In spite of several close calls on U.S. runways, 2023 has been recorded as the safest year ever for flying commercial. That also means traveling by plane remains the safest form of travel overall. The latest report compiled by the International Air Transport Association found that 2023 had the lowest fatality risks for airline passengers. That goes for all the way back to the IATA's first ever commercial aviation safety report in 1964. There were 37 million flights in 2023, but while it was the safest year on record, it was not without some tragedy. Yeti Airlines Flight 691 crashed in Nepal in January 2023, killing 72 people.
Video game maker Electronic Arts plans to lay off 5% of its workforce. The company had 13,400 workers a year ago, so it's estimated roughly 670 jobs will be cut. The company is also ending development of some game titles. That includes a Star Wars game. The first-person shooting game was in the early stages of development. The layoffs follow cuts at other video game companies. They include Sony's PlayStation, Microsoft Gaming, Riot Games, and Epic Games. After this short break, a look at your weekly weather. Stay with us.
This is KINKS, which stands for Collectively Inspiring Natural Hair Students. We like to promote people to embrace their natural hair and just love who they are. Every spring semester we have a hair show, so if you're interested in modeling, hairstylist, and a makeup artist, this is something to look forward to every spring.
Welcome back. I'm meteorologist Marcel Gibbs. Let's take a look at your weather map. Now, it's been some crazy weekday weather. It's been going from 50s to 60s and all the way down to 19. So let's see what we got. So we got 38 for Owl's Head, 37 for Vermontville. It isn't looking good. I do not like these 30s. 35 for Dannemora, 41 for Osceola Forks, 42 for Plattsburgh. Looks like we're on the high list this time. 38 for St. Albans City and 41 for Wilson. Now that's all for weather. Back to the desk with entertainment news. It didn't say it about the forecast. It didn't say it on the thing.
AMC can thank Taylor Swift and Beyonce for a bottom line boost. The movie chain reported fourth quarter revenue of $1.1 billion. That's an increase of more than 11% from the same time a year ago. AMC CEO says literally all of that increase is due to two concert films, namely Taylor Swift: The Eras Tour and Renaissance, a film by Beyoncé. The Swift movie is the highest grossing concert film and documentary in history. Both films are AMC exclusives and are the first movies the chain has distributed on its own in its 103-year history.
The comedy world loses a man who brought lots of laughs over the decades. Richard Lewis suffered a heart attack and died Tuesday night at his Los Angeles home, according to his publicist. Lewis was 76 years old. The Brooklyn native started his entertainment career by moonlighting as a joke writer for the others while he worked at an ad agency. But Lewis became famous in his own right shortly after his debut appearance on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson in 1974. From that point on, he became a regular on the late-night comedy scene. Over the years, Lewis starred in numerous cable specials and on the movie screen with a few roles. He also co-starred with Jamie Lee Curtis on the sitcom Anything But Love. But recently, Lewis had portrayed himself on the long-running TV show Curb Your Enthusiasm. In April of 2023, Lewis revealed that he had been living with Parkinson's disease.
Netflix has a new venture in the entertainment industry. The streaming giant is co-producing a Broadway play and developing a screen adaptation. The new play, called Patriots, is written by Peter Morgan. He's the creator of the hit Netflix series The Crown. Patriots is about Vladimir Putin's Russia and a Russian oligarch. The production stars Michael Stolberg and Will Keane. According to a Netflix spokeswoman, Netflix is also in the early stages of developing the screen adaptation of the story. Patriots opens on Broadway in April at the Ethel Barrymore Theater in New York City.
Some Adele ticket holders will have to postpone their plans. The singer announced on Instagram she is postponing upcoming dates of her residency in Las Vegas. Adele says it's due to sickness and doctor's orders. The postponed concert were supposed to take place at Caesars Palace every weekend through March 30th. Adele started her Weekends with Adele Las Vegas show back in 2022. The series is currently slated to go through June 15th. Anyone with a ticket to one of those delayed shows will be sent information on rescheduled dates when the information is available.
Right after the break, a look at your PS Sports Update.
Ready. Take.
Welcome back. I'm Alex Duval with your PS Sports Update. The University of Iowa's Caitlin Clark has made history yet again. Wednesday night, the women's basketball star broke the record for most points scored in women's college basketball history. The 22-year-old scored 33 points in the Hawkeyes' blowout win over the University of Minnesota to surpass Nolette Woodward's record. Woodward played under the Association for Intercollegiate Athletics for Women, which precedented the NCAA. After Wednesday's game, Clark spoke to the media and gave credit to Woodward.
I wouldn't have the opportunity to be able to do what I'm doing every single night if it wasn't for people like her, and obviously there's so many great players across the board, so I'm just really thankful and grateful to have those people that have come before me. But I think it just shows, Title IX is not that long ago. 50 years is not that long ago. And I think it just still shows the room that we have to improve, and where women's sports is going is a really great place.
Just before breaking Woodward's record, Clark also broke another NCAA record. She knocked down her 155th three-pointer of the season, breaking the single-season mark previously held by Idaho's Taylor Pierce, set in 2019. Clark now needs just 18 points to break the Basketball Hall of Famer Pete Maravich's record of 3,667 that he scored at Louisiana State University, which is the all-time NCAA men's and women's basketball record. She can do that on Sunday when the Hawkeyes host Ohio State in the regular season finale. Cristiano Ronaldo has been suspended for one match and fined for an obscene gesture. Portuguese and Al Nassr star Cristiano Ronaldo has been banned for one match and fined for, quote, provoking Al Shahab fans in the Saudi Pro League match on Sunday. Ronaldo made a thrusting gesture with his hand towards his groin in the direction of spectators in the stands, as opposition fans chanted Lionel Messi's name. On Wednesday, the Saudi Arabian Football Federation, SAF, said the 39-year-old Ford violated the Article 57-1 of the Discipline and Ethics Regulations. As a result, Ronaldo has been suspended for one match, ordered to pay around $2,666 to SAF and an additional $5,333 to Al Shahab for compliant filing fees. Over the last 9 days, Plattsburgh has hosted 2 playoff hockey games. The postseason in Plattsburgh kicked off with the men's team in the SUNYAC quarterfinal against Potsdam last Wednesday. Plattsburgh entered as the 3 seed, while Potsdam was the 6 seed. We go to just over halfway point of the first period, where the team leading scorer Bennett Stockdale finishes a rebound. Late in the first, Mason Hohen sends it past Ryan Maulmeister, who finishes up to tie the game. Now into the second, a beautiful pass from Ryan Butler hits Luke Jarusek, who scores on the breakaway chance. Potsdam on the power play at the end of the first, as Jack Loran scores it to tie it up. We skip ahead to overtime. Here is one of Potsdam's goalies, Lenny Perno's 63 saves. And the Cardinals never wavered, as Tio DeDario with the pass, and Stockdale, he scores again to send the Plattsburgh to the semifinals. They would travel to rival Oswego last Saturday, where the team would once again win in overtime by a score of 3-2 to book their second straight trip to the SUNYAC finals. Now let's take a look at our second playoff game here in Plattsburgh of the week, as the Cardinals women's hockey team matched up against the Morrisville Mustangs. Morrisville was the 4th seed, while Plattsburgh was the top seeded team entering the playoffs. Under 5 minutes in, Emma McLean taking a shot where Julia Masota comes across for the finish. Still in the first, Ava Maldonado dumps the puck and fights behind the back of the net. She works it to the slot as Masota comes across for the finish to put Plattsburgh up 2-0. 3-0 Cards, end of the second. Norton takes it over the line, and Masota recovers off the pad of the goalie for the score and for the hat trick. Masota kept it going in the third as she was able to take it off the breakaway, as she locks in the backhander for her 4th of the game. The final score was 5-1 Cardinals as Plattsburgh advances to the SUNYAC finals. This is the first year for Plattsburgh in the SUNYAC as the conference added women's hockey this year. Plattsburgh has been in its conference finals every year since becoming a team in the early 2000s. Both conference finals take place on Saturday right here in Plattsburgh, with the women playing at 3 and the men playing at 7. That's all for your PS Sports update. Now back to the desk.
Thank you for watching PSTV News. I'm Sylvia Mania.
And I'm Alina Landetta. Check us out on our social medias at Plattsburgh State TV.
Have a good weekend, Plattsburgh.